Ready? Ready? Okay, we are live.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Oyster Norwich Board of Education meeting. Can we please all rise for pledge of allegiance? Correspondence, the Santos.
All correspondence was via email on 7/2, Rebecca Jacobs meeting, 7/8, Christopher Riano, procurement protest notification. On 7/10, Gabrielle Gilbert on school nurse staffing agency. There's multiple emails from Heather and Dominique on instruction delivery plan and on impartial hearing.
Thank you. I'd like to turn over to Dr. Yanni for superintendent report.
Good evening and welcome back. I hope you are enjoying the summer vacation. This is always an exciting time. We've been working on all different projects in different schools and we're very excited. I just want to take this opportunity to thank all the custodian staff, the secretaries, the nurse, the administrators, and all the teachers that have been working to get ready and prepared and be ready for the opening of the school year. For the very pleased to announce that for the third consecutive year, Oyster Bay High School was honored as a Scholar Athlete School of Excellence by the New York State Public High School Athletic Association. To become a school of excellence, 75% of the school's varsity team must qualify and receive the Scholar Athlete Team Award during the school year. Teams are presented with the Scholar Athlete recognition at the end of the season if 75% of their roster has a GPA greater than or equal to 90. The high school strives to have 100% of its team qualifying for the School Athlete Team Award during the 24-25 school year, and we're very pleased at that. On behalf of the entire board, I would like to congratulate the student athlete, the coaches, the staff, and the administration for their commitment. So congratulations. I know that I want to give the community also an update on the driver's education program. I want to update on this program since it's important to many of the families An update will be provided by the end of the week by the administration of the high school on Garrett Square. Unfortunately, due to our previous provider's inability to meet the insurance requirements, we were unable to offer the program this past summer. We understand the frustration this has caused and have been working hard to find a new provider. Although we haven't finalized any arrangement, we are actively pursuing all options to restate the program as soon as possible. Driver's education is crucial for teaching safe driving practices, and we are committed to provide this opportunity to our students. We are trying to do everything in our power to make sure that this will happen. So I apologize for the inconvenience, and we're going to keep you posted on that. At this point, I'd like to have a couple of presentations, one on the bond update, the capital work update. So just give the community a little bit of a review of what we have been doing this past summer and last summer. So the capital bond was passed a couple of years ago, and right now we've been moving on schedule pretty much since the winter of 2022. We're very pleased to have two things going on. One, that we are on schedule and on the budget in terms of the work done. So we are about to start phase 3 soon, but we're completing phase 2 of the capital improvement project, so we're very pleased on that. When you look at the high school, we had a ribbon cutting ceremony that took place on May 10th. So if you see that we've installed a new turf field, a new front of the building, terrazza in front of the building, and the students have been using it over the last couple of months. The front of the school has we also renovated part of the inside of the school. So we have created an innovation lab where we have different styles of classroom, work for robotics, and where students can come and collaborate in that space as mobile furniture, being able to create separate classrooms. So that has been used by the student. We also created a collapsed space on the second floor, combining two classrooms where students use different departments to work together on it. We have installed a multimedia broadcasting studio. Mr. Bowen and the students in the class have been creating shows pretty much every morning. So we're very proud of this work that is done. The carousel that came at the inauguration. At Vernon, we have constructed a new wing, music wing, and additional classrooms. That is being renovated. That's the plan. This was during the construction. We were very fortunate to have a wonderful winter and not that much snow, so the work has been moving on time. This is pretty much where we are right now. The inside is pretty much all set. As you can see, major details have been put in place. New rooms, 2 rooms, additional room, music room, and you can see all brand new cabinets. So a lot of the construction right now, we're going through the cleanup phase. In addition, at Vernon, we also have completed the renovation, installation of a new playground, and also basketball courts. They were in front of the building, so now in a much safer place, and the resurface of the entire back area. We extended the cafeteria, complete renovation. This was during the cleaning up process, demolition, and now we are in the final phase. Floors have been installed, ceiling, lights, so we are almost ready for the opening room, really getting very close to the end. This is the rendering of the Theodore Roosevelt building, the K2 building. That's the area where we're going to have 8 new classrooms and several offices and other spaces. So the work has been moving along very well, so this is part of the rendering, this was during the construction. The nice thing about this work is that it has been going on without disrupting the learning environment, so the construction has been moving at a pretty good speed. So we are putting the final touches. They're probably waxing a couple of floors right now as we speak, but we are getting close, creating new pavers on the outside. So this is the inside during the construction phase. We're very excited about this work because we really have space that is being completed that is really needed for our students in some of the classrooms. Very pleased of the work that we have done, like again, on time, on the budget as of right now, so very pleased on that. The second presentation that I have for you is something that the board has been working on, which is something that we worked during the summer, creating the Board of Education goals. And those goals are posted on the website together with the presentation that I just had. That work, Board of Education goals are pretty much what guide our work throughout the year. And they're always divided into three sections. We have the student achievement, we have finance, and we have community. And we focus on those three major categories. Posted online, I'm not going to read word by word, but when you look at student achievement, one of the major, one of the goals of the community of our staff is to make sure that all the parameters of a successful school will go up. Graduation rate, acceptance to colleges and regents and AP results and all of that. And we are monitoring that, monitoring the growth of students, looking at the support that we can provide them. And the other thing that most important that we're doing is we are leveraging the new space that we have to create an environment where the students can and will succeed. In terms of the finance, one of the goals is to complete the project, the 21st century bond project that we had. It's a $30 million project, so one of the goals is to make sure that that's completed on time and on the budget. Also working on the infrastructure to make sure that the students, the staff, they're safe in terms of the infrastructure, technology. And the last piece is that to ensure that the budget is, that we create a budget that is fiscally sound and providing all the students with the opportunities that they need to be successful. In terms of the community category, we want to make sure that the community is connected and they know what's going on, so that's one major goal. The other thing, we want to increase the relationship between the school and the community and providing support to the students. And the last thing is to advocate for, when it comes to policy and regulations, and to make sure that the board will work on that. So those are our Board of Education goals. They are posted online. We are going to share with the staff the superintendent's conference day, which is the first day, and then all the administrators and the staff will create goals that will reflect this Board of Education goals. I'm not sure if the board has any questions at this point. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Yanni. We'll now move on to the approval of the minutes. Motion to approve the meeting minutes as listed in attached below. Do I have a motion? Second? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Now we'll move on for an opportunity for the public to be heard on agenda items. In accordance with the open meeting law, school board meetings or school district business will be discussed open to the public. The Oyster Bay East Norwich Board of Education will host public comment at its meetings. Board of Education will respond to comments and or inquiries in the appropriate manner. This portion of the meeting is designed exclusively for agenda items. A sign-in book is provided for those students wishing to address the board, those residents wishing to address the board. In order to be recognized, you must be signed in. Each speaker will be allowed a maximum of 3 minutes. The board president will call you to the microphone in the order in which you're signed in. Public discussion is prohibited regarding matters relating to an individual's reputation, privacy, or right to due process, which in some way could be violated. A second commentary period is provided for non-agenda items prior to adjournment. We thank you for your participation and cooperation. Okay, then we're going to move on to the approval of instructional personnel items. This is section 1.8.01 all the way through to 8.13. Resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the instructional personnel items as listed in their entirety. Do I have a motion? So. A second? Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
I just want to congratulate two of our new teachers. They are here tonight. We have Anna Gideon as the teacher of ENL. Congratulations. And we also have, she's going to be at high school, Anna's going to be at high school. And we have Colleen Mayer. She's going to be a special language pathologist at TR. Congratulations.
Congratulations to you both. We'll now move on to non-instructional personnel items. Resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools and the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the non-instructional personnel items as listed in their entirety. And this goes on until 9.04. Do I have a motion? Second? Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Now we will move on to the approval of business items. Resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the business items as listed in their entirety. This goes from 10.01 through 10.08. Do I have a motion? Second? Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. We'll now move on to the approval of special services. Resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the special services resolutions as listed in their entirety from 11.01 through 11.05. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Now we'll move on to the approval of new business resolutions. Resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent, superintendent of schools, Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the new business resolutions as listed in their entirety, and that goes on from 12.01 through 12.11. Do I have a motion? A second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Next will be the proposal of the NYSSBA resolution. Resolved that the New York State School Board Association supports legislation that would grant judges the ability to require bail in cases of violent threats against school districts and/or the staff and/or the students at the school districts. This is an item that we had a board discussion in July, our July 2nd meeting, and this is an additional resolution for tonight's agenda. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. We now up to public participation for non-agenda items. Ken Altamirano.
Good evening. Don't mind my voice. So I'm very upset with the athletic department's decision to abruptly stop allowing students to play 2 sports in one season. This wasn't a problem last year or years past. In fact, it was applauded by all at the sports award banquet last year. Most of you were in attendance to watch those students get recognized. Everyone applauded and cheered on the students who earned 4, 5, and 6 varsity medals. My daughter became involved in both soccer and cross country fall sports as an 8th grader. She was playing JV soccer, and then an administrator and coaches approached her and encouraged her to try cross country. She was already playing JV soccer, as I said, when she tried this trial. This was praised by many people, and nobody said it was a problem. My daughter spent the summer running to prepare for cross country, working on her soccer skills, attending summer soccer training sessions with the girls' soccer coach and team. And literally today, she just got back from a week at Foundation Sports Camp for cross country, only to find out that she can't do both as she did last year as an 8th grader. As I said in my email to the board and Dr. Yanni, you all know we're a small district. Allowing students to play 2 sports allows us to be able to field all the amazing teams we have, and many of them remain competitive. I'd like to know if this decision was made by the athletic director or with the board of ed and Dr. Yanni consulted in such a drastic change of direction. And one last thing, I saw on the agenda that a JV girls coach was being appointed tonight, but I think my wife was told today that there's not going to be a JV girls soccer team. So if somebody could just clarify. Thank you.
So, Ms. Altamirano, like I spoke to your wife a few minutes before the start of the meeting, I explained to her that I will look into details that she has shared and that you have shared to the emails to the board and tonight. So like my statement is the same that I just shared a few minutes ago, an hour ago, 2 hours ago to your wife, is that I will look into the issue and I will make a recommendation to the board and notify the parents where we stand in terms of playing 2 sports at the same time. That was the message that I had. In addition to the JV, as I stated to your wife, I said that the decision was not made yet. It looks like the numbers are not high enough to have the JV soccer at this point, but it was not final. So I stated that. So like I said, I will discuss it with my team. I will make a recommendation to the board and I will notify the community of my recommendation.
Will you consult them that change in direction?
Obviously, we'll read your email, but at this point, in terms of, I'm not saying change in direction, but as the instructional leader of the district, I would have to make decisions that are most appropriate for the student's success. So I am not discussing with the board prior to today, but I will, and we'll make the appropriate recommendation that I feel is best for the students.
Superintendent Roche.
Good evening, thank you for having me. My topic is to really just bring up a point to the board, which I already discussed with Dr. Yanni. I'm here today for the children's pre-K program. I'm a resident of Oyster Bay, a taxpayer. There were 14 children that were denied or didn't get into the pre-K program this year. And I'm having a hard time understanding why. Why was this limited to 36 people? Can we fix this situation? There's many other districts in Long Island that don't allow this, that if there's not enough room in this district, they'll shift them to another district, and another district will take care of these children. But, it's kind of, there should be something better to help these 14 children, because they're gonna be behind when they go to kindergarten next year. They're gonna have a disadvantage over these other kids. And that doesn't sit right with me. It's wrong. If you're a resident of this village, you pay taxes, you fund this facility, you should be entitled to everything that everyone else has. It shouldn't be limited based on someone's, I don't know who made this decision. I guess we're getting here late, but, I would like to know if there's anything we can do here for these 14 children. And if we can, let's try that next year, so we don't have to exclude 14 of our future, our future. This is crazy. All right, and that's all I have. And thank you for your time.
Mr. Roche, thank you for coming, and we're back the other day in my office for a while. Like I explained in the past, I am very excited about this wonderful opportunity to provide UPK, true full session UPK for the first time in the history of Oyster Bay, and that's because I recommended that to the board. We received a grant for 36 students, and we also utilized a fair lottery system that was put in place and ran by our board members. The program, like I explained, it's not mandated by the state. So this means that we're not able to offer a spot to every child that applies. It's, I know that that's something that for the students that didn't make the program is very frustrating. I understand that, but like I explained, there are some budget limitations, and unfortunately, I don't have the ability to take my students and send it to another district. We have a waiting list. I know it's 13 students on the waiting list, but I definitely appreciate the fact that we can't wait for the kids to be part of our program, and I will continue to work with the board in the future if the needs arise to have additional classes.
Very ways or consider something what
The question is if there is additional sections that we can provide right now. At this point, with the budget that we have in place and with the structure that we have in place, it will not be my recommendation to the board to have additional sections.
will goes down not space.
It comes down to creating an environment that is successful for the students. So 18 is the recommended class size for students to be successful at that age. And it also comes down to balancing our finance. Like I said to you at the meeting, I would love to give everything to every student at every minute of the day. It kills me that I cannot provide that for your family at this point. But it's definitely at every point, when we're looking at a 2% tax cap, all the cuts that we received in the finances that the aid that we receive from the state is very difficult. It's like as a parent, you're running your own finance and you want to give your children everything that you can possibly give, but there is a balance that we have to, a balancing act. And at this point, I think we're very pleased to have, for the first time, 2 full-time UPK classes, but, you know, it is a combination of things, not just one.
Also, Dr. Nani, I'd like to point out that our universal pre-K program, since its inception in public schools, was half-day, but in the past, it's always been run by a lottery. In the past, we've had lotteries for children that have not gotten it. In the most recent years, we have just had an out, so we were able to, nobody was turned away, but there is a history, it's always been through a lottery. And in the past, when it first started, there were children that did not get in. So we've been consistent in the way we have always administered our universal pre-K program, but a half-day or full day, by administering to this lottery.
If you think about the lottery in itself, this is not a lottery that is based on a program that is mandated by the state. The UPK, it's not a mandated program to the state, from the state. So, fortunately, I have to stop you for a second. Fortunately, I'm the superintendent of Oyster Bay, and so I'm going to focus on Oyster Bay, and I think that this board should be commended for accepting my recommendation to have 2 full UPK classes. I'm sorry that you're upset, but that's what it is.
Thank you. Now I have a motion to adjourn our meeting and to return to executive session. Can I have a motion? Second? Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for attending the meeting.